Radhakund, Shamakund, many places. We went to Kamyavan. Have you been to Kamyavan?
Yes.
We went to that place where they were playing the Cowherd Boys, that slides, very slippery. You don't have to move, you'll move yourself. Yes. So we were there, we had darshan of Brinda Devi. Kamyavan is a place where all your desires becomes fulfilled. And for that matter, the whole of Vrindavan is like that. It's a wish fulfilling, like a wish fulfilling desire tree. That if one comes, one should be more, be careful of one's desires. Because if we desire material things, a kalpavriksha tree is a tree that whatever you wish, it'll be provided. Also, if we are qualified, like Prabhupada said, first deserve, then desire. If you want to become a king, and you don't qualify to become a king, then you will not become a king. However, if we go into desire, our only desire should be just to serve the Supreme Lord and His devotees. That is our ultimate desire. So Vrindavan is a special place. It's not of this world. It may be located around 2 hours away from Delhi, modern day Delhi, but it is considered to be not different than the spiritual world. It's like a replica, a photocopy. And it is not touched by Maya. Yes. It is not touched by Maya. It is us who is in Maya. Vrindavan is not in Maya. It's a different kind of Maya there. Vrindavan means under the jurisdiction of Yoga Maya. But our mentality may be in Mahamaya. So not everyone who comes to Vrindavan, they have the purpose of to increase or develop love for Krishna. Especially nowadays, so many unscrupulous people, they want to take advantage of Vrindavan because it is booming. In Krishna Balaram Mandir, it is like we have Janmashtami every day. Thousands of devotees will come and visit the temple. So it's not like a yearly occurrence. It's not a yearly occurrence that the celebration of festivals will happen. But every day we will spend, it's like our garlands that we offer to the deities. It's amazing how they're prepared. It's like, again, it's like a festival. Our prasadam is free for over 3,000, 4,000 devotees every day. Full prasadam.
Vivo.
We don't charge anything. Actually, the more you give, the more Krishna will give you. We have this mentality that I'm afraid to give to Krishna. What will be left for me if I give everything? No. The more we give to Krishna and his devotees, Krishna will always fill it up. Like Akshapatra. That gift that was given by Lord Krishna to Draupadi, Akshapatra, is a container. Never ever run out of sun. Only when after Draupadi will eat and she will turn upside down the container, then no more prasad. So this is Vrindavan. The temple was established by Srila Prabhupada in 1975. And somehow or other, Prabhupada says, when during the inauguration of the temple and the installation of the deities, we have Krishna Balaram in the center of the altar. We have three altars. The middle altar, Krishna Balaram. The first altar, Gauritai. And then the last altar will be Radhasham, Radhashama Sundar, and Lalita and Vishaka. This is to establish that there is no difference between Gauranga and Lord Krishna and Lord Nityananda and Balaram. Brajendra Nandanaye Sachi Sutta Devasya Balaram Moilam. So the same Brajendra Nandan, dearmost boy in Vrindavan, Brajendra Nandan, son of Nandanandan, and dearmost also Nanda Maharaj, other than Maharaj. He came 500 years ago as Sachi Sudha, son of Mother Sachi, son of Jagannath Vishnu. And the same Balaram, son of Rohini Nandan, also came none other than Lord Nityananda. The most merciful incarnations of the Supreme Lord, who appeared 500 years ago to inaugurate the Sankirtan Yagya, the Yuga Dharma, the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Specifically also because in Vrindavan, please, there is one Balaram deity. This is in Doji. Yes. Krishna Kanaya, Doji Kalaya. So Doji means older brother. And Balaram is not so much emphasis also in Vrindavan because again, Balaram doesn't want to compete with Lord Krishna. He respects. And Vrindavan, Krishna is the predominating deity. Radharani as well. That's why in Vrindavan they meet each other as Jai Radhe. But in Navadvip, what do they greet? How do they greet each other? Joy Nidai! So Nanga. Joy Nidai. Hare Krishna. Yeah, so in Vrindavan they greet each other as Jai Radhe or Radhe Radhe or Radhe Sham. There is no difference when we say Hare Krishna because Hare is the invocative address, Hara or Radha. So our Krishna Bhagavan Mandir also is called Angrezi Mandir. Angrezi Mandir because yeah, we're famous in Vrindavan because it's an international society for Krishna consciousness, international temple. Actually, it is the heart of ISKCON temple. The deities there are the deities of all of ISKCON. Especially Radha Shama Sundar. There is one very, very popular, great guru in Vrindavan. And he says, accept it. He says, if you want to see Radharani, and he has thousands of disciples. He told his disciples, If you want to see Radharani, you go and see her Krishna Balaram Mandir.
Viva!
Next day, he came along with thousands of disciples. They have dozens of Srimati Radharani. And our Krishna Balaram deities also. There are the original Krishna Balaram deities. Now, all over the world, we have few Krishna Balaram temples. I've been to at least one of them outside of Vrindavan, that is in Mauritius. Have you heard of Mauritius?
Yes, sir.
South Africa?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. They have Krishna Balaram Mandir also there, the deities. And also in Paris, France, also. There's
New Mayapur.
New Mayapur. Yes, there is also Krishna Balaram deity. So all over the world, there are many Krishna Balaram deities. Some grihastas also, because after having darshan of Krishna Balaram in Vrindavan, they also wanted to worship Krishna Balaram at home. Yes. So at the time of installation, Srila Prabhupada, he invited the local brahmanas to do chant mantras and to have them understood that what we are doing and what we're trying to establish is genuine. Prabhupada says at the time of installation that chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra is enough. They don't need any other mantras. But so that the local Brajavasis will accept us as being authentic, being genuine, and therefore he invited them. He invited also the governor of UP at that time. And it was a big celebration. So Ram Navami is the day when the Lord in his form, Kshatriya, appeared. Lord Ramachandra. Many of the temples in India and in the world, in ISKCON, the installation of the deities usually is Lord Ramachandra's appearance day, Ram Navami or Balaram Purnima. Because it's victory. It's the meaning of that. Symbolically, it is victory. So typically, the devotees of ISKCON will observe Lord Ramachandra's appearance day that they have to fast till moonrise and Ekadasi also. It says in Nectar of Devotion that one should be fasting on the appearance day of the Lord. Like Janmastami, Gaur Purnima, Nishinga Chaturdasi, and Ram Navami, at least. And we don't eat grains. I don't know if you can do that here. You do it also? Supposed to be, because that's the proper way of observance. But Srila Prabhupada, he made the devotees to cook grains on that day. And of course, the fasting is only until noon. So on Ram Navami in Vrindavan, we celebrate more the inauguration of the temple more than the observance of the Ram Navami. So we have a concession on that day. So for most of you, if you can do it. It's not mandatory, but we fast to increase our love for Krishna. It's like today is Ekadasi. Ekadasi means the day of Lord Hari. So on the day of Lord Hari, we don't eat grains because pop or sin, they enter into grains, beans and lentils. That's the main reason. Even some of the Brajavasis, because they're a different level of category, they don't observe Ekadasi. But we should not follow in that footsteps. Like they can go on top of the hill, Govardhan, Brajavasis, what we cannot do because Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed us not to go on top of Govardhan hill because you'll be stepping on the hill, and the hill is not different than Lord Krishna. They would rather go on. No acharyas, except others who are really very, very absorbed. They don't go to Radhakund take bath. Because when you step on the water of Radhakund, it's like you're touching your feet in the body of Srimati Radharani. Radhakund water is not different than Srimati Radharani. So we've never heard Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur or Bhakti Thakur or even Srila Prabhupada took bath in Radhakund. They will take few drops, sprinkle onto their head, and that is the same, having equal potency, spiritual potency. But according to Swami, one should take bath regularly in Radhakund, provided that you are also having proper consciousness. So Vrindavan is transcendental. And nowadays, there's so many. I remember the first time going there in 1987. Only few buildings in that road, Chatikara Road, or the Bhaktivedanta Swami Marg. Very, very few structures. But nowadays, it's like a big city. There is also different hotels, big hotels coming in there. You know, Radisson Hotel? Radisson? Yeah, Radisson Hotel there. Have you heard, in Govardhan also, now they have Radha Golf. You can play golf in Govardhan. How is that? There is an advertisement saying, live luxuriously in Vrindavan. So it doesn't match. Because Vrindavan is a place of austerity. Vrindavan is a place where one should cultivate more of vairagya, renunciation, and tapasya, austerity. It's not a place where to live. That's why there's so many structures, apartments built. But most of the times they are half empty. Because those who bought properties, they are not from Vrindavan. And they will only come maybe festival time. Most of them live in different cities, different parts of India. And they're still involved in materialistic pursuit. And therefore, it says that one cannot buy his ticket to go to Vrindavan. You cannot go there and buy a ticket from London Heathrow to Delhi IG in Indira Gandhi International Airport. And then from there travel another 2.5 hours and go to Vrindavan. or you can go Rajdhani from Mumbai to Delhi, and then you cannot buy your ticket and reach Vrindavan. To go, to go to Vrindavan, you need permission from your spiritual master. If the spiritual master says, just stay where you are, or you may go and visit. Because sometimes devotees, they want to move there and live there. But if one is not ready, and according to the spiritual master, he should not go. That's what Prabhupada says. One should go to Vrindavan no more than, and stay no more than, how many days? 3 days. 3 days! Why? Because there will be a tendency that one becomes familiar. Familiarity breeds contempt. We will not be able to understand the residents of Vrindavan. Prabhupada says, don't get too close to them. It's like the monkeys, don't get too close to the monkeys. We're not comparing Vrindavan, Brajabasis to the monkeys. Monkeys, you cannot tell what they're going to do, especially if you have chasma. They will steal. They look like sadhu. They're very quiet. Yes, but if you're carrying something in a plastic, they will grab it from behind, or they will jump on top of your shoulder. You don't know. So one must be very careful, especially going to Vrindavan. But Prabhupada wanted us to go to Vrindavan, especially because when we live in cities like London, East London, or North London, South London, or West London, or city proper, Maya is very heavy. Maya means forgetfulness of Krishna. Our main disease is that we have forgotten Krishna. That's why we are in the material world. Material world means forgetfulness of Krishna. Spiritual world means remembrance of Krishna every moment, 24 hours a day. So being in the city, we're all busy. Wherever I go, the Grihasthas will complain, Maharaj, I don't have time. I don't have time for my family. I only have one daughter, and my daughter will complain, Papa, how come you're not taking me out? Only one daughter, and you cannot even take care of your one daughter. What about if you have so many children? Why? Because you're absorbed in working. Working. Am I correct?
Yes.
Or absorbed in other ways. So you need to have like some time during the year where your spiritual energy will be recharged. I was talking in the Soho Temple yesterday. For devotees, we don't have vacation. We don't have holiday. Actually, the weekends were more busy. For the materialists, they're working for the weekend. Because they know the weekend, they can have a little bit of free time. But actually, for devotees, weekends is more busy than the weekdays. They're more busy in spiritual activities that definitely it's difficult for them to have time for their family. Because during the week, they are working, and during the weekends, they're at the temple serving, and so on. Bhakti Briksha, Namahata, and so on. So at least once a year, Prabhupada says that we should go to the holy dham, like Vrindavan Dham, Mayapur Dham, Jagannath Puri Dham, Dwarka Dham, Kurukshetra Dham. Have you heard of Kurukshetra?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
Have you been there? You're lying. Because Kurukshetra is where the Bhagavad Gita was spoken by Lord Krishna to Arjuna. We were there not even 10 days ago. And I was reading the glories of Kurukshetra Dham. It says there that if you're planning to go to Kurukshetra and you say, I'm going to Kurukshetra, I will be in Kurukshetra. Just by saying that, just by thinking that I'm going to Kurukshetra, all of your sins has been uprooted, washed away.
Evil.
You have not even reached Kurukshetra. But then when we went to Kurukshetra, it is like a city also now. It's fully developed. I mean, not fully, but very developed. So one may mistakenly, if one goes to the Holy Dham, that this is an ordinary place. This is an ordinary place. We may think that, oh, what is the difference where I've been in Vrindavan? We don't see Vrindavan through our eyes. How do we see Vrindavan? We see Vrindavan, Prabhupada says, that when you go to holy places, to the holy Dham, your first duty is to hear from sadhus, to hear from holy men. And it's like we don't see Krishna right now. We see Krishna through our ears, from Srila Prabhupada's books, from the scriptures written by the Goswamis, 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. This is how we can see the spiritual world. This is how we can see Krishna. Krishna never leaves Vrindavan, even one step. He never takes one step outside of Vrindavan. Even right now, Krishna is there. Even though he performed his pastimes 5,000 years ago, Lord Krishna is still there. And those whose heart is pure, or it becomes purified, especially we were listening to a lecture from our spiritual master. Our tongue is afflicted by avidya. Our tongue is afflicted by ignorance. And therefore, way how we can see and realize Krishna starts from the tongue. Sevan mukhi jivado swayam evasprati kata. Tat parat bena nirmalam rishikena rishike sevanam bhakti uchate. From the tongue. Starts with the tongue. That's why Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that we should chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. Remembering Him. Remember Krishna. Bhagavad Gita says, Manmana bhakto maya jimam. We should remember Krishna all the time. If we can remember Krishna 50% during the day, we are successful. That is a very good achievement if we can remember Krishna favorably, not just asking a favor, but how we can develop more seva bhav. So Vrindavan is like that. It's a place that when one goes, he may not see. It's like even during Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's time, he was asked by one of his disciples, how come Vrindavan is like this? Or when Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur went for that famous parikrama, he says, I don't see even a single genuine Vrajabasi here. How long ago was that? Many, many years ago. Many years ago, almost 100 years ago. Because to be a Vrajabasi means to always think of Krishna, to remember Krishna. If one takes birth in Vrindavan, he is called a Vrajabasi. If one lives for some time, he may be coming outside from Vrindavan and come to Vrindavan to stay for a few years, he'll be also called Vrajabasi. If one dies in Vrindavan, that is the most auspicious, because one will perfect his life. He'll go back home, back to Godhead. However, if one is sinful, an offender, then he'll take birth as lower species of life, like monkeys, or dogs, or pigs. That will be his last life. But we don't want to be in that way. We don't want to be in that form. So it says also that Vrindavan is in our consciousness. It is in our heart. So that means Vrindavan is everywhere where there is pure devotee. Wherever the pure devotee of the Lord travels, he carries Vrindavan with him. But he will never say that I am in Vrindavan. He will always say, I am feeling separation from Vrindavan. Like Prabhupada. When he was in New York, he will always say, I'm feeling separation from Vrindavan. When we say that I'm feeling separation from Vrindavan, that means you are in Vrindavan. There is no difference. The problem is, if we don't feel separation from Vrindavan, that means we are not in Vrindavan. Like when Krishna left Vrindavan to go to Mathura, and then later on he went to Dwarka, all the Brajavasis, they're all feeling separation from Krishna. Even though Krishna says, I will come as soon as the wrestling match is over. So they'll keep waiting and waiting and waiting. And that keep on waiting and waiting and waiting, they're always remembering Krishna. They're always thinking of Krishna. So as long as we don't feel separation from Krishna, that means we're very far away. That is the equation. If we are content and happy being in the material world, that means we're not going to be able to reach Krishna sooner. That is the equation. But don't worry, we're on the right path. Prabhupada says, like having a plane ticket, you're almost reach your destination, but you still have to go to the airport and catch the plane. If along the way, going to the airport, you get a flat tire, or you get diverted, go sightseeing somewhere, you may not reach the airport and you will never reach your destination. So similarly, we may be on this path. We're all trying to become a devotee. Maybe some of you are devotees. Being a devotee is very rare. A genuine devotee, he will never, ever consider himself to be a devotee. He will see everyone as devotees except himself. he will always see that something is lacking on him. Something is missing. He's never proud. He's always humble. He will always give others service. Even his own service, he will give to others. And he will show others how to do service. Some devotees, they're very possessive of their own service. That is good. But sometimes you should allow others also to do your service, provided that you train them how to do it. If you become possessive in your service and you don't let others who are also wanting to do the service, we will not attract Krishna in that way. Have you seen a devotee? He doesn't care about others. He only cares about his service, and he will not let anyone to do his own service. Have you seen a devotee like that? Yes or no?
No.
Oh, you're lucky. I've seen, because we're in big temples. We're in big temples. He will not share the puja. He will not share the arti. He will not share the cooking. Because this is my service. No one should take it away from me. No. Sometimes you can let others also do your service, provided they are trained up, but they know what they're doing. You just don't give to anyone, anybody. If you're good in serving Krishna in a particular field or department expertly, you should share others the secret how to do it. If you don't, you will become envious. And this is the number one quality. That's why we are still in the material world. We are envious. If we are envious of the devotees, that means we are envious of Krishna. This is the only quality that we can dovetail in Krishna consciousness, and there is no envy in the spiritual world. Everyone is cooperating with each other. Everyone is pushing each other to go closer to Krishna. This is the nature of the spiritual world. In the material world, everyone wants to be the number one. No one wants to be the last. In the spiritual world, if you are the last, Krishna still sees you. Because Krishna is equal to everyone. So if you know something which is good and help others in their bhakti, share whatever you have. This is Vrindavan mood. Braj means to follow in the footsteps. That's the meaning of Braj. Braj means it's a path that they are following. So Brajavasis means they're all following the path going towards Krishna. So one cannot be a Brajavasi if they don't follow in the footsteps of other Brajavasis. Yes. So our goal is to always remember Krishna and never forget Him. The material world, they all want to forget Krishna, to forget God. They don't have any other business. Their only business is concerning about themselves. I, me, and mine, or my family, my friends, and loved ones. So-called loved ones. So-called friends. So we have to have Krishna as the center of our life. Always read Bhagavad Gita every day. Perform strict sadhana. We're talking about last night, we were having satsanga with the devotees from Nepal. And they're very eager. They're very eager. They're all so busy like you. But they're very eager to make advancement in Krishna consciousness. So read the Shastra like Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. Start your day with early in the morning. Get up by 5 a.m. Do your Mangal Arati before the kids also go to school. Please read one sloka to them. A sloka a day keeps Maya away. Like there is a saying, what? An apple away keeps a doctor away. So we have a motto also. Sloka a day before you start your day keeps Maya away and you'll be Krishna conscious all day.
Haribo.
Those who said Haribo, I think they will do it or they're already doing it. Krishna consciousness is very easy. Krishna consciousness is easy for the simple-minded. It is simple. Prabhupada says that. But it's very difficult for the crooked-minded. What does it mean by crooked-minded? Crooked-minded means you have some other priority except Krishna consciousness. Then it becomes difficult. If your priority, that doesn't mean spending more time, even small time, but it should be quality time. Yeah? And that quality time will make so much difference throughout the whole day of your practical, everyday activities. You're very fortunate, not just you, I'm also fortunate. I mean, I was born in a country where Krishna is not known, really. But you were born in a place where at least Krishna you've heard at least once during your childhood. Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
But in the Philippines, no. Never heard of Krishna. We've heard of God. We've heard of Jesus, but we never heard of Krishna. Somehow, this is meant for everyone. And it's never too late. Don't think, oh, I'm really old. How can I catch up? No. When you come a very good child, be Krishna conscious child. But higher prayer than that is that to have a child, be Krishna conscious and also help others to be Krishna conscious. So in this way, we'll be able to spread Vrindavan mood towards everyone in this planet. Prabhupada, he has a dream, he has a prayer that I wish to have the whole universe to be Krishna conscious. This is his prayer, this is his wish. Not just the planet Earth. Vrindavan became famous because of Srila Prabhupada, genuine Brajavasi. So similarly, we can be at home and make our home like Vrindavan. How? Have Krishna as the center of our life. Saturate ourselves in such a way that wherever we are, we're always thinking also of Vrindavan. And Vrindavan, this is in your heart. So wherever you go, whoever you meet, if you're in a Vrindavan mood, you're connecting them also to Vrindavan. It's a matter of consciousness. Therefore, I wish you all the best in your practice of Bhakti. Bhakti starts in sadhana Bhakti, being regulated, following the rules and regulations. And ultimately, to always remember Krishna and never forget Krishna. If you are in that mood, you are in Vrindavan. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I will stop here for now. Is there any question or comments or any reflections from what we mentioned? And is there any water?
There's water, Maharaj.
Where is the water? Is this Vrindavan water?
No water.
Any question?
Mike. Question?
Children, is there any question from the children? They're the most intelligent, I can tell. Any question? Krishna Priya? How about you?
No question. How to become a devotee? Good.
I've been speaking for almost an hour now. 55 minutes. Time went so fast. Is there any question or comment? Don't be shy, that's why we're here. I know you have questions, but you're just embarrassed to ask because you think I will look like stupid. No. You don't have any question, that means you know everything. And this is impossible.
Thank you very much, Maharaj. She was asking a question. She is a little bit shy. She was saying, I think it's a similar question which I wanted to ask. As you mentioned, Grahasas have got more responsibility in terms of making kids more Krishna conscious, themselves practicing, but also preaching in their life, making other devotees as well. You might have trained many Grahasa disciples, Grahasa devotees as well. How to become more serious in practice and making their kids devotees and then preachers as well. Is there any way we can something which you can share with us so that we can make our kids serious practitioners and preachers as well in the future?
Example is better than precept. Usually the children follow or imitate their parents. They don't know why you're doing what you're doing, but they know that what you're doing, I should follow. So you have to be a good example. You have to be a good example to your children. If they don't see you chanting, how can you tell your children to chant? Give them japamala early in the morning before going to school. Chant one round. It only takes 10 minutes. Okay, we're all going to pray now to Krishna. But if you give them the cell phone and let them play video all the time, good luck. That's not gonna be very helpful for them. You can let them play video, that's natural, once a week. When there's no school. Like say Saturday, even for 2 hours. Why not? But to give them the cell phone all the time, like this boy, you see? Or this girl. It's finished. Read Bhagavad Gita to them before they sleep. Read Krishna book, so that they'll dream of Krishna. Be a good example. That is the best teacher. There is no force here, but they will become inspired when they see you doing it. But if they see you only like work, and you don't have time for them, they will not listen to you. Guarantee. I don't have experience of being a grihastha, but I can tell. That's how it works. Yeah. Inspire them. Bring them to the mandir. Bring them to a Sunday school. You have a Sunday school here for the children in Soho?
Yeah. Krishna Club.
Huh? Online?
After COVID.
But COVID is over.
I think more as 2 weeks back it became online. Before that they used to run physically, whatever the children. So
Online is
and
good.
it's physical. It was physical. That's nice.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Anything? Any question from Vrindavan?
Seek your advice. You see the advantage of age. So you have certain equipment which you find it difficult.
What's that again?
Like when you are young, you do certain commitments for doing your worship and everything. But with age and the body will not cooperating. So you find it difficult to cope with it. So sometimes you have to struggle hard. Sometimes your mind is hard. You do as a mechanical. But then if you don't do, then it comes to the mind.
Go like this, the microphone.
I must do it. So, but at the same time, the body is not cooperating.
Yeah.
So this is the problem. So what should we do in such a at this point of time? You have certain commitments, certain vows, certain the kind of initiation, and now you want to keep them on. And the body is struggling you all. So you still struggling for it.
Yeah.
Then how do you work with it and how do you come to this?
The time of initiation, what is it that we took vow? What is it that the vows that we have taken and promised to our spiritual master? What are they?
For regular principles.
Attending chanting 16 rounds, minimum. What else? Huh? Yeah, so it's very minimum. At least you have to chant your rounds. And if you cannot do that, you do it anytime during the day. Prabhupada says, even if it takes you the whole 24 hours to finish your rounds. Finish your rounds. And if you're, the problem here I can see is that if one has babies, And so don't take too many deities. Just Gauri Dai. And you'll be able to worship for the rest of your life. Don't take so many. Then you cannot occupy. But if you are not finding it, if you are missing that you're not able to do it, then you can lessen your puja time. You still have to eat, so eat Krishna Prasad only. But the four regulative principles is very easy to follow. The most difficult part is the chanting of the 16 rounds. Attentively. You still have to follow. When Haridas Thakur was sick, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he came to visit him, he was asking, why are you feeling so sad? Haridas Thakur says, I'm feeling so sad. I'm lamenting because I'm not able to finish my prescribed number of rounds. And you know how many rounds he chants every day? 192 rounds. That's quite a lot. That takes up practically the whole day. So for us, if we spend the whole day, we're already kind of like in the old age. Prabhupada says old age starts at 70 years old. I don't see a lot of 70 years old here. But once you reach 70 years old, your body started to, it's not the same anymore. 60s is okay, but you can start to feel. But 70 and 80, you're lucky if you reach 80 years old. Especially the food that you eat. Everyone is trying to eat organic food, but we don't know what is this organic food. Whatever you buy in the supermarket, especially processed food, forget that. That is cancerous. So our main obligation actually is to finish our rounds. Chant the minimum 16 rounds. And if we have time, try to help spread Krishna consciousness. Have satsanga. Once a month, if you invite your friends, that will help one to become Krishna conscious, to remember Krishna. So don't worry, Krishna knows what you can do. Don't endeavor too much that you cannot do and you will forget Krishna. The whole thing is that whatever we're doing, while we're cooking, thinking of Krishna, while we're washing the plates, thinking of Krishna, while we're washing the toilet, think of Krishna. While we're bringing our children to the school, a Bhakti school, think of Krishna. That's the whole secret here. Okay, so don't endeavor too much that you are forgetting Krishna.
I'm 70 club.
What do you feel about?
So I'm saying, sometimes it's okay.
Yeah, that's what Krishna knows.
Yeah.
We should not be lax also. Prabhupada, he left at the age of 82. Till the end of his life. Our Guru Maharaj, up till 80 years old, he pushed himself. He did not take rest.
So this is what we have.
Whatever, yeah. Krishna knows what we can do and what we cannot do. So we don't have to.
So when you think of Guru Maharaj, even in this festival, sleeping is really actually, yeah. I mean, so much busy. The straight heads and kids in the United States. I mean, Yeah. So when you come to the mind, you start feeling it inside. Coming back and I do. Okay, this is what I do. But what if you do that? But you still sit on yourself.
You have another one?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Who has a question here? Give the microphone. Thank you, Mataji. Okay, the mic is coming. Hold on, so we can hear you. Stand up. Can you please stand up? Stand up, please.
All of us.
Don't read your question, please.
Sit down. Sit down. Stand up if you have a question. Yeah, I have a question. Okay.
Hare Krishna. Do you have a question? Okay, please say.
I want
She has to come here.
What? What is the question?
How do we relate?
How?
How do we relate to Krishna?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Everyone should chant, even the children, regularly. Usually I ask children to promise me to chant. At your age, if you can chant one round every day, that's good. Can you promise to chant one round every day? Yes? Minimum. Not maximum. Then you can relate to Krishna. Alright? So all the children, they have minimum one round to chant every day. Okay? Good. I've met some of these children earlier. Some of them they chant 3 rounds, 4 rounds. Maybe not all the time. But to be regulated in Krishna consciousness is the secret of making advancement. Any other question? Go ahead.
Thank you so much for the class today.
I will, hey, keep quiet.
You know how you were mentioning how children should also try and preach?
What?
How children should also try and preach. So I had a question that how can we preach for our friends and try and inspire them?
Well, you can preach to your friends by, again, be a good example. Don't be carried away. Don't take their association. You should give your association. If they see that you're always happy because you're Krishna conscious, and you don't talk nonsense or prajalpa, some may like you, but most will not like you. But don't worry about those who doesn't like you. Those who like you and wants to get your association, then you give them Krishna. You don't talk Krishna to them. They will think you are crazy. Seriously. Because no one talks about God in school. But you tell them, I'm a vegetarian, pure vegetarian. Look, I'm not sick. I'm healthy. And you're also happy. Only when they ask you some questions about Krishna, then you tell them. Otherwise, be careful of your association, especially in school. Because in school, you will learn something that may not be favorable in Krishna consciousness. And sometimes these children, Hey, give me this track. Give me this track. Give me this track. This belongs to me. Okay. Go fix it. It's broken now. We'll fix it after. There you go. There you go. Sit down. Sit down. Good boy. So, if someone is asking you, then you tell. Preaching doesn't mean like the way I speak like this to your classmates or to your friends. No. Always be a good example. Okay?
Thank you, Maharaj.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Okay, here. Any other question there? Yes.
No,
Go ahead.
still the questions are there.
Don't turn it off. Keep it on all the time.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj. Thank you so much for the wonderful session. Actually, you made a very striking point about the Vrindavan, the consciousness of Vrindavan is that when we feel the separation from being Vrindavan or feel the separation from the Dham, then we are in Vrindavan. So if you can give us some, obviously, I mean, it's a big takeaway message for all of us today, maybe. But if you give us some practical tips and some of the things which we can do daily, of course, writing and reading are there, but it's something which we can follow in that consciousness and we really feel that separation every single day.
You have been to Vrindavan?
Yes, yes.
You must have remembered where you went in Vrindavan.
Yes, yes.
So remember those places. One may ask Maharaj, how can I think of Krishna 24 hours? I work 8 hours a day. How can I think of Krishna at work? You must have read Bhagavad Gita, the instructions. By remembering those instructions, you are remembering Krishna. Okay. Or you may be also meditating, what shall I cook for Krishna when I get home? That is Krishna consciousness. Let's say, oh, this weekend I will go to the mandir and I will bring some boga and I will buy boga to Tesco when I go home or before going home. That is Krishna consciousness. Thinking of Krishna doesn't mean that, hey, thinking of his lila. That is the topmost. But just to think of something which is related to Krishna, that means you are Krishna conscious. So you must have been to Vrindavan. You must have remembered the feelings while you were there. The secret is you maintain that feelings everywhere. Then you are in Vrindavan.
Very practical.
It's not so difficult. If you remember, the smell of going to Varsana or Nandagram or these other places in Vrindavan, you are in Vrindavan. In Vrindavan, the smell of the flowers you cannot get anywhere. Isn't it? When you buy the flowers, have you bought the flowers, like flower garlands in front of Krishna Balaram Mandir? Oh, you cannot get that here in London. The smell. The fragrance.
There is no fragrance here.
The fragrance. How about going inside the Krishna Balaram Mandir? There must be some atmosphere there.
Yeah.
Your heart is like pumping like this. Be always like that. The peacefulness, the bliss. If you can remember those anytime during the day, you are in Vrindavan. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yes. See, the main thing is when you go to Vrindavan, open your heart and gather as much as nectar as possible, put it inside, lock it up. But you have to, even what it is locked up, you should be able to also share those to others. That is Vrindavan. Okay. Any other points? Question here before the mic goes here? bring the mic and don't turn it off, okay?
You said when you're washing your plate, think of Krishna, but the tendency is we think about, oh, what do I have to do next? And next, and next.
Next what?
Yeah, what next job?
Not what next. Next what?
Next service or next this or this.
The next what? Give an example. Like what?
Well, maybe I need to go shopping or something like. So
Shopping for who?
Krishna.
So you are Krishna conscious. You're Krishna conscious.
But how each of us has.
No, you cannot stop thinking of Krishna. You should always continue to think of Krishna. No, in the beginning it is mechanical. When Mother Yasoda tried to feed Krishna, it is out of love. When we prepare food to Krishna, it is like duty, our duty, not out of love. After duty, it becomes love. Krishna's mother, she's not doing it out of duty. She's doing it out of love. Right now, we don't have love. We still have trying to develop love. So don't worry. From mechanical chanting becomes chanting purely. Don't expect immediately pure love. That will come. But that is our goal. But that should remind us that we should do it lovingly, not always mechanical. If our meditation is that I should do this with love and devotion, then it'll come someday that will become with love and devotion. Okay? Sure. Right here. You don't have a question?
Hare Krishna. So, Maharaj, she asked one question and from one VSOS. So,
Why she's asking you?
she asked to you, she wants to you, Maharaj.
Okay.
So she wants to know how we can make happy Krishna.
How can you make Krishna happy? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Whatever you do, whatever obeisances, whatever austerities, whatever sacrifice, you do it for Krishna. Offer everything to Krishna. That is the topmost. To think of Krishna all the time, you can please Krishna. Okay. Yes.
For me, Maharaj, you said we shouldn't be envious to someone.
We should not be envious.
Yeah, and if we do that, we need to think, yes, being far away from Krishna.
What?
If we do that, then we are far away from Krishna.
Yes.
So, and you mentioned also, we need to help to everybody, how we can go closer to Krishna. So, what can be our way and how can we help them?
We should always try to help others. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, whomever you meet, tell them about Krishna. So make it an effort. When you go out there, carry a few small books with you. If you meet a nice person in the supermarket, you ask them, hey, do you like reading? I have a very nice book here. This is the gift from India. It's a gift of knowledge. Knowledge means that will help you to be happy. Not artificially or momentarily, but all the time. So try to make it a habit to carry some books with you. Prabhupada's books very special. You don't have to preach. The book will preach to them. But you just have to inspire them to take the book. Small books. How much that is? It doesn't cost much, isn't it?
3 pounds.
2 pounds. Nowadays, this is already 2 pounds. Yeah?
Yes.
So, carry books with you. In this way, you become dear to Krishna, and Krishna will be pleased. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, no one is more dear to me than those who give this knowledge to others. Yeah? And invite them. Whenever there is a festival like Ratha Yatra or Janmastami, because they're very busy, you cannot get them to come like in a regular way. But if there's a big festival, then they'll have some experience of really how to be happy. Yeah. Is that okay? Is that answer your question? Always make a habit to buy books and distribute books. Let's say you have like a quota of 1 book per day to distribute. If you can make 1 devotee, you're going back to Godhead, is for sure.
Yeah.
Actually, Maharaj, thank you very much, Maharaj, for your association. And we could hear many, many wonderful points. One point I just want to get clarification from you, Maharaj, that you mentioned when one develops enviousness to pure devotee, or a devotee, obviously develop envious to Krishna and we will move away from Krishna. So, Maharaj, generally, when we start Krishna consciousness, we start with a lot of interiors, a lot of humanness, and we take up any service given to us as service given by Krishna, and we grow like that. But over a period of time, obviously, because of various factors, we get different higher services and we grow. But unfortunately, when devotees I start developing unwanted qualities, like say developing some kind of enviousness on fellow devotees, thinking that okay, he's getting more, I'm getting less. So even though we don't want to get that thought,
why do you develop that?
I don't know, Maharaj. That's why I'm just asking.
No. Why?
I don't know, subconsciously, though I tell myself that it's a bad quality, we should not have that kind of feelings on the devotees because everyone is serving Krishna.
So why
unconsciously,
why do you develop that?
I don't know, Maharaj. Unconsciously. Is it because maybe, say for example, other devotee is getting more service? So maybe that is a factor which is triggering that kind of.
So you want to have more service like him?
Yeah, maybe one of that factors. But is that kind of enviousness?
No,
or just
we should be greedy.
Okay.
We should be greedy for more service, but we should be greedy for service, but not to offend others. You should want more and more service. You should be serving 24 hours. There's no problem with that. But the problem here, at the expense of you wanting to have more service, you are criticizing others or you are pushing others away. Then that is bad. Krishna will not accept your service. You think that you're doing service, but you're doing it in the wrong way. And next thing you will happen to that person is that he will find himself away from the devotees. Because Krishna is the one who feels the pain. When you offend a devotee, a genuine devotee never feels the pain because he's out of his bodily concept of life. Who feels the pain? That's why when you're envious of somebody, of a devotee, that devotee doesn't care. Whether you're envious or not, he will still continue his service. But Krishna is the one who is getting the pain because he cares for that devotee. So one must be very careful. One should be satisfied. I know one Prabhupada's disciple, he just wants to wash the pots every day. And if he's not able to wash the pots in one day, let's say he is sick, he told me, Maharaj, I feel bad. I'm not able to wash the pots. He doesn't have the ambition to be the temple president. He's happy, he's satisfied. So we should be satisfied whatever service is given to us. But if we want more service, it should not be at the expense of others being pulled down and you are replacing them, even though they're doing good, and you just want name and fame and recognition. That is bad. Okay?
Sorry, I wasn't able to make it to the talk.
No problem.
But, I was meditating on what I could get from your association, and I was thinking about Vrindavan a lot, actually, when we think about Vrindavan. And I was thinking, how can we go to Dham but not become familiarized? Because sometimes the tendency is that when we go, sometimes the tendency is that when we go after a few days, we become very familiar with the Rajavasis, and but also obviously with the place around us. But as you stay there for a long time in the Dham, how do you kind of maintain the awe and reverence and the sweetness towards the Dham and not develop complacent and familiarity?
When you go to the Holy Dham, you need a permission from more advanced devotees, and if possible, when you go to the Holy Dham, you should be also guided by senior devotees. You cannot find Krishna in Vrindavan by just wandering around alone. You cannot find him in that way. But if there is a guide, like more senior, and showing you all of these places and reminding yourself that this is not an ordinary place, then you're always going to be careful. You're always going to be careful. For us who live in Vrindavan, we don't go outside the four walls of Vrindavan, practically. We just stay within the compound of Krishna Mandir. We don't go like a tourist. You don't go to the Holy Dham like a tourist. No. It's a special place. So be extra careful. The main thing is not to commit Vaishnava Aparad. Aparad means no Radha. Aparadha. And no Radha, that means no Krishna. No Krishna means no Vrindavan. No Vrindavan means material world. Be extra careful. That's why as Prabhupada says, don't stay more than 3 days. If you stay 3 days, then that's good. If you stay longer, then more likely we'll see in a different way. Some devotees, they come for 1 month in Kartik. They go Brajamanandam Parikama. That is very good. But you're absorbed. You are in the association of devotees going to different holy places. 12 forests of Vrindavan for 1 month. But if your mentality is that as soon as I reach Vrindavan, I'll go to Boy Bazaar. Then you will never find Krishna in Boy Bazaar. You know where is Boy Bazaar? Yeah? If you you want to forget Krishna, go to Lord. What's happening? Nothing is happening.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, and thank you very much for very amazing, wonderful session. In your class, you are mentioning that you have seen a devotee in Krishna Bandhana temple. The devotee wants to do everything. He or she doesn't want to share their service to anyone. Like in a mode, she or he wants to do everything. So one devotee asked me a question, and the devotee was telling to me, if I keep doing service, it feels like I'm ending up doing more Vaishnava Pura. That's why I don't want to associate with more devotees. I just want to go to temple, have Lordship darshan, come back home and do my sadhana service. So in this kind of question or situation, how will you motivate that devotee to be Goshti Actually, the devotee was like enjoying association with devotees, doing service. But for some reason, the devotees start feeling, if I start mingling with too much devotees, I end up having, committing more Vaishnava. So in this kind of situation, how will you encourage or motivate that devotee?
Do you understand his question? Huh?
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes.
For me, I met devotees like this. I will give them their space. I will not force them. Because the more you force them, the more they will resist to come. But that is not our tradition. There should be time where we can also practice Krishna consciousness alone. But there are also times that we practice Krishna consciousness with others. Like the 6 Goswamis. The 6 Goswamis, they also do their own bhajans, but they also associate with each other. In the more advanced stage, the more you want to be with the devotees. In the spiritual world, you cannot go to the spiritual world if you're thinking like that, because the spiritual world means unlimited devotees. You cannot be alone in the spiritual world. It's not possible. Spiritual world means always with the devotees. But in the beginning, if that is the conception, you respect that. Let him do it. Yeah. Sometimes in Krishna consciousness, you want to help a devotee and he may mistakenly think that you are not helping him and you become a hindrance to him. Leave him alone. Don't push yourself. Let him learn the hard way. What can you do? He's not accepting my help. I'm just trying to help. I don't have any other ways or reasons why I'm being with him. So, leave him alone. After some time, he'll think that, hey, he is right. Then you can help him. You cannot help a person until he accepts that he has a problem. Half of the solution is when the person accepts that I have a problem.
So, Maharaj, in the meantime, we can pray for the devotees.
Yeah. And continue to be neutral. Don't say that I don't like you anymore. I'm erasing your name in my list. No, he's still your friend, but respect him and give him that space, because he will not last that long. He will not last. I've never seen a devotee being alone and going back home, back to Godhead. It's always with the devotees. They will be your saving grace at the time of death. Who will chant Hare Krishna surrounding you at the time of death? You will say, no, I don't need you. I want to do it by myself. You cannot do it by yourself. That makes sense?
Yes, Maharaj.
You
Thank you.
cannot. It's not possible. No, I've seen a lot of devotees leaving one's body in Vrindavan. They're surrounded by devotees, chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. But if you say, no, I don't need you, Hare Krishna, good luck. You'll never go back to God. But you don't tell him this. That is extreme. Okay?
Thank you, Maharaj.
All right, we stop here. Sukriya. Thank you very much.
Hare Bol.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Video is going on.
Thank you, Maharaj, for your wonderful association.
Thank you.
And please shower your blessings upon us so we can actually become better devotees, follow properly the sadhana, seva, and everything in the proper consciousness, and spread the mission of Srila Prabhupada. Shall we all say lovely three Hari Bols?
Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna devotees, thank you so much for your time and it's working day with all of you. So thank you so much for that. So we have a special Ekadasi cookies. Please take from the hands of Maharaj. And prasadam will be served outside. So we have a table over there. Please, we are making the plates over there. So devotees can go and have a snack over there.
Everyone who takes cookies have to say Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna first. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol. Cookies distribution time. If any devotees would like to give any donation